Unlike the plastic comb, wooden combs are better at dispersing oils throughout our hair, and therefore oil actually helps to condition the comb. Hey guys, welcome back. What's going on, subbies, newbies? How y'all doing out there? I hope everybody is fine. And just in case you do not know what a newbie is, I'm about to break it on down for you. A newbie be anybody, perhaps, maybe, checking me out for the first time, for the second time, for the third, you get the point. Checking me out, maybe for the first time, or maybe not. It really doesn't matter around here. We do not keep tabs on anybody's comings and goings. I just want everybody, that's my subbies and my newbies, to come on in. Okay, so for today is going to kind of be a quickie. We are going to go over another one of the basics. Now, last week we went over the basics as far as flat ironing, and today we are going to review and go over the basics of cleaning your tools. That's right, cleaning your tools. And what do I mean by tools? I mean your combs, I mean your brushes, I mean your flat irons and everything in between, honey. That's what we're about to do. Because part of having a good regimen and healthy hair is having functioning tools, and tools that function well are clean. You hear me? Everybody hear me out there? Clean tools will help you to get the best results. Now, some involve a little bit more cleaning than others, and others are as simple as a wipe down. So we are going to quickly go over and review. Some of this may be familiar to some of y'all, and that's okay. And for the rest of us, we just gonna keep tabs on how we can keep our tools in tip-top shape. So without further ado, here we go. Now, the first tool, very, very common tool, we talking about the comb, honey. Now, as far as plastic combs or non-wood combs, it's very simple. The important part is to get in between the teeth of the comb. Now, to clean this comb, you can either use shampoo or simply soap and water, either or. But the main thing is that you want to scrub and make sure that there's no dirt in between the teeth of the comb, resting in between the teeth of the comb. And being that I happen to have some nails up on my digits, I'm able to use the nails that I have. As I'm scrubbing, I can go in between the teeth of the comb and remove that dirt and residue. And how often do I do this? Being that I wash my hair once a week, I wash my comb once a week. That way I'm not putting dirt right back into my clean hair. It just all makes sense. So washing your hair should coincide with washing your tools. And that would include the comb. That was the plastic. Now we talking about the wooden comb. You know, I came up on this wooden comb not too long ago, and I'm liking it. So with that being said, the wooden comb is a little different. Do we want to use soap and water on a wooden comb? No, you do not. You do not want to use soap and water on a wooden comb. The water can expand the wood and therefore damage it and leave it open to splinters. And of course, a splintered comb is no longer useful for combing our hair. So with that being said, with a wooden comb, you can wipe it down with a damp rag, getting in between, again, the teeth of the comb, as well as use a little bit of olive oil to condition the wood of the comb, as well as to help dislodge and keep the wooden comb residue free. Now we get to the brushes, okay? And we're going to break down the two types of brushes. I use a rubber brush. So with the rubber brush, again, Nothing is different as far as focusing in on the teeth or the bristles of the brush. With the rubber brush, should we use soap and water? Yes, we should. Soap and water or shampoo and water are the best cleaning agents to clean these brushes. So what I like to do is I like to open my brush up and simply run my fingers through the rows of the bristles. That way I'm dislodging, again, any type of residue, any type of dirt or anything that may have accumulated on this particular brush. As well as I like to go in between the bristles. Give it a nice washing that way, rinse it off, and you are ready to go again. Now with a bristle brush, okay, which really captures the hair, it needs a little help. So it's going to call for some assistance from your comb. So what I like to do is, again, soap and water along with the comb is going to help dislodge hair that has been captured by these bristles, like boar bristles as opposed to the rubber bristles. That's going to help dislodge the hair as well as any dirt and residue that has been captured during use. So I like to run my comb. Sometimes you can take a finer tooth comb and you want to run it right through the bristles. You want to run it right through the bristles, and that way you're going to pick up all the hairs that have been caught in between. So once that is done, then you can go in and scrub with your hand or with another brush. Okay, sometimes people use two bristle brushes and they rub them together, or you can use the comb and run that through. Whatever your heart's desire, as long as you get those bristles clean. And once they are clean, they are ready to use once again. Now we are going to get into the hot tools, the ones that you plug in. That's what we're about to do. So that will be any type of curlers. That will be any type of flat irons. You know the deal. We even going to touch on the hair dryers. Yes, we are. So first of all, with the hair dryer. Now, first of all, with the hair dryer, of course, we're not going to use soap and water. With the hair dryer, you just basically want to keep all of the parts free and clear from any lint or anything that the suction part or the fan, where the fan is located, you want that clear of any lint or any type of debris. And if your hair dryer happens to come with a filter, a removable filter, you want to remove the filter from the hair dryer, empty it, clear it out, and then replace it. Put it back in. And this should keep your hair dryer working for as long as it can. So your plug-in curlers and your plug-in flat irons and anything of that sort, honey, we do not want to put these under those soap and water. No, ma'am, don't do soap and water with these items. It's not necessary. Plus, we don't want any accidents. We need everybody to come back next week, with everything intact. Anyway, those with the curlers and flat irons, very simple. All it takes is a little wipe from a damp or dry paper towel or rag. And all you simply want to do, because when you flat iron, a lot of times, depending on what type of product you use, you can have products that collect on the side. You'll see like a little yellowish residue on the side. And sometimes you can even see some that may collect on the plate and make it a little gummy. Again, you want to stay on top of this because this can affect how it will act on your hair, how well it will straighten your hair or curl. So you want to keep the plates clear and free of any extra residue. And that's a simple thing of just wiping it down. You want to wipe down the plates, you want to wipe down the sides, and make sure you get rid of any extra residue. And being that the plates, they should be ceramic, right? We already upgraded to at least ceramic. So being that the plates are slick already, with the ceramic coating, wiping off the residue should be a breeze. It should not be a thing of scrubbing it. It will not be a thing of having to put in elbow grease, if you will, to get rid of any residue. These plates are easy to clean. Your ceramic and tourmaline tools should be easy to clean with nothing but a nice rag and or paper towel. And you don't want to use anything scratchy on it that's going to scratch the plates. Plates that have been scorched and scratched, if you have that going on with your flat iron, then it's time for a new flat iron. I know you've been holding on since 1802 to the flat iron because you figure you're going to squeeze every little bit out of it. But I'm letting you know, if you have a ceramic flat iron and you start to see the metal plates underneath the coating, if the coating is now scratched away or burnt away and you can see the metal, it is time for a new iron or curler. Holding on to a damaged or worn out flat iron is not going to bode well for your hair. Your hair can catch on those chips and it will no longer be protected by the ceramic coating because the ceramic coating is gone. So there's nothing to protect it. So it's a simple upkeep to your ceramic tools, your plug-in tools. It's nothing but a wipe down, honey. Now you guys know that I have a collection of Marcels. Okay, I have a collection of Marcels. And these are basically tools that you have to heat up manually. So they would either go on the stove or inside. It's called a ceramic oven. It's like a tabletop kiln, if you will. You just stick it, yeah. So anyway, these particular tools, very easy to manage as well. In fact, they're very low maintenance. Being that these are made of iron, the oils and everything that has accumulated onto this iron, it really helps to season it and make it smooth. So a well-seasoned iron is really going to give you the best results. It really is. So it's just a thing of, again, if you see anything excess, it's a thing of just wiping it down. You don't even have to use water to wipe it down. I would not, because that can rust a lot of the parts, and that's really not needed. If you see anything that's sort of adhering to the iron for some reason or anything that looks amiss, it's just a thing of taking a towel, a nice terry towel, and just wiping off the excess. That's all you're doing. You just want to wipe off the excess. Maybe wipe down the handles a little bit if they got a little greasy from use. And that's pretty much it. Again, oil is going to be its friend, so we don't really want to scrub anything. You don't want to put Brillo on it. You're not doing that. This is made of iron, and iron likes to be seasoned to work well. So with that being said, a little goes a long way as far as just wiping it down. So, did you learn a little something, or did you already know everything that I've done said? And if it is the latter, it's okay. It's called a refresher. You know what I mean? We've been doing a couple of those, and this ain't no different. With that being said, taking care of your tools is very important. It helps with the longevity of them. It helps to keep them in tip-top shape, so that it can work well on your hair and with your hair. And as far as cleaning your tools, especially with your combs and your brushes, you want to stay on top of that as often as you wash your hair. Now, just as a little side note as well, if you use anything as far as aerosol cans or anything like that, you want to make sure that your nozzles and anything, your spouts, are clear so that they can disperse the product properly. And with that being said, all you need is something like a hot little Q-tip for those that have the little small spouts. A Q-tip with some hot water, and just make sure you clear out that spout and keep it from, some of that stuff gets a little gummy. Yeah, a little hot water, that'll take care of that. But I think everything is pretty straightforward. But I figured we would go through some of these things to keep everybody abreast and on the same page and make sure we all doing the same thing so we can get what we want out of our products and continue on this KISS mission and healthy hair for the rest of the year. What y'all say? I say that that's what we need to do. So that includes keeping our tools nice and clean. So now that we went over that, I think we could close our books, put our pens and pencils away, and we can just skedaddle and get up out of here. What do you think? I think we can, and I think we should. So that's what we're about to do. So without further ado, that wasn't too bad, right? We were in and out, okay? I want to thank you so much for dialing in and showing up. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I really do. And yeah, we'll be back talking about some more stuff. We just got a couple more things. We got a couple more things to talk about. So you gotta come back for that. So you already know. It's going to be the same Dolce dial. It's going to be the same Dolce channel. So you come on back.